Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Now, fellas, don't scroll. Don't go anywhere. I need you to stay right there because this one is for you. Ladies, you can stay too, but fellas, I really need you to listen up, especially if you are trying to walk this thing out in a biblical way to honor God and to honor your wife. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike Roberson. I have helped couples in various spaces for over 2 decades. I've worked with couples as an ordained pastor in the church, and now I work with couples as a licensed professional counselor and a marriage relationship coach. My heart is to help couples move from emotional distance and frustration and disconnection to a place of healthier communication, deeper trust, and stronger connection. I do this by combining biblical principles, practical relationship skills, and evidence-based counseling principles. On this channel, I talk about marriage, relationships, faith, emotional health, and how to build a relationship that is not just surviving, but thriving. A relationship that not only honors you and your spouse, but that honors God. So if that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you find this video helpful for you, give it a like and share it with someone that could possibly be blessed by it. All right, now let's get into it. Ephesians 5:25 says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for it." The Bible is clear that there is a standard for how Christ-following husbands are to love their wives, and that is as Christ loved the church. But what does that really mean? To understand this, we have to understand the characteristics of Jesus' love toward his church, toward his bride. Now, the first and probably the most obvious characteristic of his love is that it's sacrificial. Now, Jesus endured public scrutiny, humiliation, physical torture, and ultimately death for his bride, which is us, the church. Now, most of the men that I know give a lot. They sacrifice a lot for their marriage, for their wives, and for their families. But there is some that operate in a selfish manner. Christ-centered love is not selfish. It's selfless. It's giving. It's going above and beyond to serve and protect and provide for your wife. It's loving her even when she hasn't earned it. And I know some of y'all are watching this probably like, bro, you don't even understand. You don't know my wife. She don't even deserve my love like that. I get it. I get it. I've been married 22 years and I'd be lying if I told you that that thought never crossed my mind. So I get it. But the beautiful thing is Jesus gets it all too. Because guess what? We don't deserve his love. And that's the whole beauty of loving our wives as Christ loved the church. We're giving that love sacrificially, even though it is undeserved. The second characteristic is that it was full of humility. Now, everything that Jesus did was done in humility. Philippians 2:5-8 says, "Have this mind among yourselves, which is also yours in Christ Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of men. And being found in human form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on the cross." Biblically, loving your wife takes humility. It's not control. It's not scorekeeping. It's not usurping your manly authority. It's walking and loving in humility. It is loving her even when you feel like she doesn't deserve it. It's owning your own mistakes because none of us are perfect. It's apologizing when you are wrong. It's listening. It's creating that emotional safety in that relationship. The third characteristic of Jesus' love is that it is faithful. Jesus promises that he will never leave us nor forsake us in Matthew 28:20. And he sticks to that promise, even when we don't deserve it. Once again, faithfulness is more than not just cheating. Faithfulness includes being emotionally present. It includes being honest, being consistent, and being committed. It's showing up even when you're tired from work, or choosing your wife over your friends, or your screen time, or even withdrawing to the man cave. The fourth characteristic of Jesus' love is that it is grace-filled. He loves with grace and truth. Grace doesn't mean that you ignore problems. It doesn't remove accountability. Grace means you don't reduce your wife to her worst moments. Grace addresses issues with truth spoken in love, gently, forgiving, sincerely, and making room for growth. The fifth and final characteristic of Jesus' love is that it encourages growth. Christ's love builds the church up. And just like his love builds us up, when we love our spouse as Christ loved the church, we build up our wives. We do this with our words, our attitudes, our actions. When she feels emotionally safe or valued and encouraged, not only will she grow, but your relationship will grow. When we love our wives as Christ loved the church, we not only get to see the fruit of that in our marriage and in our relationships with our spouses, but it also humbles us because we get to see how true and sincere Jesus' love was for us. Because when we think, oh, she doesn't deserve this, we have to then reflect on, man, we don't really deserve what Jesus gave us. So it keeps you at the cross. It keeps you looking to Christ and how much he loves you. So loving your spouse has that dual sense of blessing, right? You're going to bless your relationship, but also you're going to strengthen your own walk with Christ. So love your wife as Christ loved the church. So fellas, I want to challenge you. I want you to ask yourself some questions. Am I loving my wife like Christ loved the church? Am I serving her? Where can I get better? Where am I falling short in this area? Self-awareness and taking ownership are the first step. And from there, walk it out through prayer and humility. I will say, bro, it's not easy, and I get it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to push beyond yourself, what you're thinking and what you're feeling, to give someone some love that they don't deserve. But once again, reflect on the love of Christ in those moments and walk it out with your wife. It takes prayer and it takes humility to do this. Loving your wife like Christ loved the church is not about being perfect. It's about being surrendered. So when a husband loves with sacrifice, humility, faithfulness, grace, and purpose, he creates space for healing, trust, and deeper connection. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe and share it with someone that you think might be blessed by it. Until next time, love God, love your spouse,